Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to ACS Sneakers. My name is Aiden. On today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the Air Jordan 35 Chinese New Year. But before we get into that, as always, I want to welcome back my returning viewers. Thank you as always for supporting me and this channel. And to any new viewers, welcome to the channel. We do release brand new sneaker content just like this each and every week. So do make sure to smash that subscribe button, hit that bell notification as well so you never miss a video. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the intro. So before we do go ahead and get into the review itself, like I always do on my channel, let's just take a quick look at the shoebox itself. Now, it does actually look like a pretty ordinary box at face value, so we have this all white colour throughout, and then towards the bottom we have these small cutouts, which I believe are the Roman numerals for 35. If I'm wrong, do make sure to correct me in the comments, but I really can't think of what else that could probably be. We do also have a small Jumpman on this side as well. But other than that, there's not really a lot of, things to talk about just in terms of the overall colour or, the actual design of the box itself. If we take a quick look now at the label, which reads Air Jordan 35 CNY PF in the black, chili red and white colourway. Now, this is a UK size 9, as you'll be able to see from the size label. It's a little bit deceptive, kind of like the Jordan 11 Jubilee, where you've got like what appears to be a little pull-out drawer. But to actually open the box, you actually need to pull this little tab down. You then lift out the top, lift out the other top, and there you go, the shoes are in the centre. So it's a little bit interesting, it's a little bit different, and the box itself, I actually really do like how it actually looks and how it works. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get straight into my review. So getting straight into the shoe, starting from the toes up. Now the toe box itself has been constructed of this black textile material, but also features this plastic grid overlay. On either side of the toe box, we do have this wear away material, which will wear away over time and reveal a Chinese inspired design just underneath. Now, I'm not going to do that for this shoe because I'll be completely honest, this is just for a review. I was never really intending on keeping this pair for my collection. So I will just throw up a quick picture on screen so you guys can see exactly what it's going to look like. So as you can see, it's very similar to the Air Jordan 5 Chinese New Year, which I do believe actually released back in January of this year. Now, for those of you that are watching this video that don't already know, the Jordan 35 takes a lot of inspiration from the Jordan 5 silhouette. And as we just touched on the actual toe box material itself, as it does feature that grid overlay, that's taken directly from the Jordan 5 silhouette. Instead, on the Jordan 5, it's actually featured on the side panel, which is for extra ventilation. They've actually moved it to the toe box, so if it actually works and it adds extra airflow into the toe area of the shoe, I'm definitely all for it, but I really do like the subtle throwbacks to the Jordan 5 anyway, even if they didn't actually serve a purpose. But I will get into later on in the video all the little different things about this shoe that are basically just callbacks to the Jordan 5, and this shoe just definitely feels like it's almost a tribute to that silhouette. So kind of having a bit of a dumb moment, completely didn't realise until halfway through recording, but there's actually a little sponge over the heel tab, so just took it off halfway through. So if you're wondering if there's like a continuity error, this is the reason why. And now moving further back the shoe, as you can see, the midsole has actually been hollowed out and replaced with the Eclipse 2.0 plate. I'll be completely honest, this is actually the main reason as to why I've been put off buying the Jordan 35. On previous colourways, I really just didn't like how it looked, but I think given the colours that they've actually used for this specific colourway, I think it works really well, and it actually has a really interesting look. If you actually do look through this midsole plate as well, you can actually see the heel and forefoot cushioning, which was a really interesting detail, something I wasn't even aware of until I started to do the close-up looks of the shoe. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to capture it on camera, so on this occasion, you're just going to have to take my word for it. Now, just above the midsole area, we do actually have this flight wire, which according to Nike actually helps, lock down your shoe when you're actually lacing it up. Really interesting detail for me. I just thought it kind of looked like what you would see if you were traveling through space or through a time machine. I do like how it looks aesthetically, but the fact that it actually has a functional purpose, you can't really complain. And then just above this, we do have this black gel-like material with the red Jumpman branding in the centre. Now, this is only actually seen on the lateral side, as on the medial side, you just have some of that black gel material. Now, the midsole itself is actually painted black towards the forefoot, white over the actual midsole area, and then towards the heel, you can see that it's painted in this red colour. On the heel of the shoe itself, we do have more of that wear away material, very similar to what we see on the front end of the shoe. And I do believe that if you do wear this away, it will once again reveal some of that Chinese inspired design. Personally, I'm really intrigued to see what it looks like just in terms of general wear and tear. I wouldn't really recommend just like picking at it and pulling it away from the shoe. Just wear the shoe naturally, let it reveal itself over time, and I do think that will work better for you and just look better overall. But my favourite thing about the heel of the shoe itself is actually the little tag. Now on the one side of the tag you do have the Nike Air branding, and then on the opposite side you do actually have this Chinese lettering. I'm not exactly sure what it means or what it says, so if you guys know, if you can let me know in the comment section, it would be massively appreciated. And now switching to the outsole of the shoe, here we have this modified herringbone traction in this milky cream colour. Also you can see that we have the black Jumpman branding in the centre. Now the outsole of the shoe does incorporate Zoom Air cushioning, so we have this at the forefoot and heel, and according to my research this chunky heel is there for impact cushioning, whereas the cushioning at the forefoot is there for added stability. So if we now move back up to the centre of the shoe, just below the laces we do have this suede material with the 2-3 detailing. Moving up the shoe to the laces themselves, we do have these flat black laces which do also incorporate 3M materials. Now the laces themselves do sit atop this black textile material with that grid overlay, just like what we saw in the toe box, and in my opinion once again is just a really nice callback to the Jordan 5 silhouette. If we then move up the laces to the top of the tongue, we do have more of that 3M material once again with the yellow embroidered Jumpman in the centre. Once again, this is probably the biggest giveaway that this is inspired by the Jordan 5. It's a lot more thin and a little bit more pliable than a Jordan 5 model, but it's still pretty decent in my opinion. And just at the top of the tongue itself, we do actually have a tongue tab, which peels right the way back to the reverse of the tongue. Now on the reverse, we do actually see that 35 detailing like we saw on the shoebox. Taking a look now at the ankle collar and sock liner, wrapping right the way around the ankle collar, we do have this almost see-through mesh material, and just underneath this, we do have some perforated cushioning. Going inside the shoe itself, we do have this all red nylon material, and inside the actual shoe we do actually have these little ankle pillows which definitely add to the shoe's overall comfort. The shoe itself I did find to be really comfortable when I did get it on feet, but the fact we do have these little ankle pillows at the back did make it a little bit more narrow than I would have thought it would have been, but in general I didn't actually feel like it affected the overall fit for me in any way. If you are looking for any sizing recommendations, I went true to size, and I do feel like that's the best reflection on me. It actually fits me perfectly fine to my surprise, considering, you know, I was really unsure what size to go for. If you do have a chance to try out a shoe before buying, I would highly recommend you do so, just so you can understand the best fit for you. But if you don't really have that opportunity, just go with your regular size, and I can't really see you having any issues. And now taking a look at the insole of the shoe, here we have this primarily red foam insole, and towards the bottom we do have the Chinese inspired Jordan branding. Now that just about wraps up the overview of the shoe itself, so if we now go ahead and get straight into my opinions on the shoe. So just to sum up, in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, I do give the Air Jordan 35 in the Chinese New Year Colourway a very respectable 7 out of 10. I still can't really see myself wearing this as like an everyday wear or even a weekly wear. It's a little bit too out there for me. But I'm really intrigued to see how it performs on court and how people feel the shoe actually works. So if anyone who's watching this video actually has tried to play basketball in this shoe, leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how well it performed, did it work well for you, and if it didn't, why didn't it work for you? Do make sure to leave all that information in the comments. I do reply to every single comment that gets left on my videos, and it is truly appreciated. And on that note, if you've stuck around to this point in the video, I want to say a massive thank you. If you are new to the channel, please go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Also, make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video, and I hope to see you all again in the next one.